Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this opening day of the deer season for black powder in most of Tennessee. And, of course, in the CWD unit where I'll be hunting later this morning, it's anything goes. So when we talk to this next guy, anything goes with him when it comes to turkey hunting. I think he and his wife, Jill, they travel wherever it might be. They have a schedule set out, and I'm going to ask him a little bit about that schedule and how has it changed during 2020. But mostly I want to talk about his latest book, because I've still got the Bible of turkey hunting. Is with my good friend Jim Spencer out of Calico Rock, Arkansas. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Larry. How are you this morning?
All right, let's talk. All right, now you guys travel a lot when it comes to turkey season. So how did this crazy year affect you guys travel wise?
Well, travel wise, it didn't affect us hardly at all. Turkey hunting wise, it was terrible.
Really? Yeah.
We hunt public land mostly, and there were just horrible crowds pretty much everywhere we went. It was almost like you needed to bring your own tree to sit beside. It was pathetic. I walked away from probably 25 gobbling turkeys this spring because there was somebody move in on me, or I'd get to the bird and there'd already be somebody working him.
Really?
And I'm just going to sit down to a bird and compete with somebody with him. That's where you get in danger.
He does, and I know that I think we had. Yeah, I think Dave Gabbard. I think we broke all records, 43,000, something like that, because there was so many people in the woods hunting that all the records fell. But I knew you guys usually hunt in, 4 or 5 states? I mean,
about 8 or 9 mostly usually.
Yeah. And so these places that you went to, you ran into some new friends or enemies.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
I want to meet my turkey hunters in the coffee shop instead of in the woods.
In the woods, like that. Well, let's talk about the book, because that's why I wanted Jim on, and we wanted to. It came out on I think October the 10th, something like that, if I'm not mistaken, Jim, and about bad birds. I mean, this is the man that your first the collection was the big book, my Bible of Turkey Hunting. Yeah. When did that come? 2003 or something like that, or
2003, and it's still selling pretty well. I've had a good bump of sales on Bad Birds too, but both of the Bad Birds are compilations of columns that I've written for Turkey and Turkey Hunting magazine, which is pretty much defunct now. They put out one issue a year. It's mostly a year.
Yes,
book,
yeah.
More, but. Anyway, I wrote this column starting in the winter of 2001, and
wow.
I've never missed an issue of the magazine since. It's
wow.
had a Bad Birds column in it. So this one is basically the second half of those 80 columns.
And so you've taken them and put them in chronological order, or
well, pretty much. I moved them around a little bit to make them make continuity sense in some place.
Yeah.
But mostly it's pretty much in order, starting at about 2010 and going through 2020, those years, or say 2011 to 2020.
Well, folks, I know this guy is he's won 2 or 3 awards. I know with his writing, because and I've known Jim since he worked for the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission back in the early days when I was the outdoor editor of this the Memphis newspaper. I forget its name. Yeah, the Commercial Appeal. Yeah, for that long time and everything. And I knew that the big book, this one has, I was looking to, this one has 230 pages. How big did the big one from 2003? How many pages in that thing?
I want to say about 300. But I don't know, Larry.
I think it's close to it, but
I think it was.
But you've taken these stories now. Was it hard to pick out? And how many stories you got in this book?
In the Bad Birds 2, there are 33, I believe, Bad Birds columns, and then 7 more longer chapters. There's 40 chapters plus a long epilogue in the book. So
okay, and
this one is a 300-page book.
This is a 300-page paperback book, folks, 6x9 paperback, and plus you've added some photos and illustrations. Now, talk about those, how you incorporated putting this book together compared to what you've done in the past.
Well, I tried to keep Bad Birds 2 looking not identical to Bad Birds 1, but a similar motif. You know, the type and the fonts and stuff are similar, where you can tell they're a continuing series. You know, and both of the covers are outstanding covers. Tess Randall Jolly.
There you go.
She's one of the best wildlife photographers, especially turkey and deer in the business.
Yeah.
She cost me an arm and a leg, but
come on now. Yeah, it's worth it when she does it on the cover and the other things that go along with this. And I know that this book, folks, is we mentioned this. We had Steve Turpin on a couple of weeks ago talking about fall turkey. And, you know, we have a fall turkey season. I don't know, Arkansas's turkey season, I can't understand.
Me neither. Let's don't even go there.
No, we won't even go there because too many zones and too many this and that's and things along that and that. But Steve was talking about, he said, I got to get me a copy of that book. I said, Steve, you know everything about turkey. He said, no, but I can't write. And I said, I'll let Spencer write. So I know this was this fun to put together? And why did you do this? What? I know you want to make money, but I mean
Well, I didn't do it for money, but of course I don't want to lose money either.
No.
I'm not in the business of charity, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to buy a condo in Aruba off of it, you know.
So why?
But it's why did I do it? I don't know, because it's a labor of love. I guess that's the short answer.
Yes.
I've been a turkey hunter for about 40 years now, and I've added it up, Larry. I have been in the spring turkey woods a total of 1,294 days.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on. Really?
I added it up. I keep a detailed journal, and I went back and added up every single year since 1980 or 81 when I started in 77. So since 1981 when I killed my first bird, that's when I started keeping the log. And from that day to this, it's been 1,294 days.
My goodness.
Some of them were short hunts or part of a day hunt. You know,
well, yeah.
But on that many days, I have been a turkey hunter.
Well, that's quite a way that we celebrated last week. We had missed a show since August of 2001, being on the radio. And so you think about some of those were repeats or whatever it might have been, or the best of those, but. And I've spent a lot of times in the turkey woods, and I know these stories that you've put together on this are the kind that folks, if you read, and I'm that old fashioned type guy that I like something in my hand.
Me too, buddy.
And I know I can read it on the computer. Okay, I know that, and I think that Gene Smith and Dave Gabbert would go along with me.
It's hard to take that computer into the bathroom, though.
Well, no, they got them now. They got them wired on the ring around there now. I mean, they'll do everything to you. They'll talk to you if you want one to talk to you. But you haven't been around. Y'all are still on that, as I told him, on the party line there in Calico Rock. But what's the big deal about turkey hunting for you? I've asked you before. You've been part of our great. And our spring turkey show was one of our highest rated shows when we when we get you guys, because nobody can understand it, but they think it's funny. But talk about that first turkey in 1981, and it kick-started your life, didn't it, really?
Well, actually, my life got kick-started 5 years before that. It just took me 5 years to kill that first one.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I'm out there for the gobble. You know, if they didn't gobble, I'd go fishing in the spring.
Well, we appreciate you being with us, buddy. And so how can somebody get a copy of Bad Bird 2? How do we do this, Bad Birds 2?
Well, the easiest way for somebody is to just contact me, modernmountainman@gmail.com. It's spelled just like it sounds.
Well, that's
modernmountainman@gmail.com. Or Post Office Box 758, Calico Rock, Arkansas, 72519.
They still have post office boxes in Calico. I know.
Yep.
I mean,
the Bad Birds 2 book is $22 plus $4 shipping.
Okay.
And I can mail the other ones. If anybody's interested in the other ones, email is the best way to do it. And I can just send them a little pre-packaged price range I have printed up.
Well, we'll get it's all going to be on lroutdoors.com. We'll have all that information about it. And I do need, if you can send me, and I'm going to do it right now, I need a cover shot of that book, if you've got it.
I do, and I'll send it to you as soon as we get off here.
That's great. Thanks. All right, Jim Spencer, thank you, buddy. Always good to talk to you. Tell Jill hello. Hope everything is going good, and watch the speed limits in Calico Rock, okay? So,
yeah. Yep.
All right, buddy.
We got Barney Fife sitting there watching.
No, that's Barney's brother, Bert. Okay.
Yeah, Larry Fife. Yeah.
Larry Fife, that's who it is. No, that's Curly Moe and Larry. Okay, we got to get out of here. Bye, Jim. Thank you.
We'll see you, buddy.
All right, Jim Spencer. Guys, you talk about turkey, but folks, if you're looking for something for Christmas, and you won't have to spend a whole lot of money, get a copy of the book. Anything Spencer writes, just Google Jim Spencer, and he can set it up for you. And I know that I love to read. They told me I don't need a hunting guide now. I can get it on the internet. The hunting guide's in my backpack right now, ready for going this morning. So
and you said something that I agree with. You said, well, I could read it on the computer, but to me, taking a book and reading it, it's easier on my eyes.
It is, yes.
Because sitting in front of, when I was working still and hadn't sat in front of a computer and stuff, and for about 8 hours, look, by the time I got off of it, my eyes felt like I was bug-eyed.
Well, you can get your Kindle or whatever it might be, but get a copy of this. Now, let's take a break, come back, and we're going to the Best. David Best out in Arlington, Tennessee in the SYS building to talk primary tackle, talk about local fishing, and we're also going to talk about the winner of our number one guy in our 3 for $500 contest on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll be right back.